Right, it's been nearly 6 months since Steve Perkins was shot and killed by former Decatur police officer Mac Marquette. Since then, Perkins' widow Catrela has been navigating life without him. Our Sedona Meadows joins us now. And Sedona, you spoke with Catrela Perkins. How is she feeling?
Yeah, Kanisha, she and I stood outside Decatur City Hall where she told me she feels her trust in city leadership is broken and that her demands for justice surrounding her husband's death have not changed.
We're nearing 6 months since the day Catrela Perkins' whole life changed.
I feel terrible. I feel the same way since September 29th. There's no justice.
In the early morning hours of September 29th, her husband, Steve Perkins, was shot and killed outside of his home by Decatur police. In January, Morgan County District Attorney Scott Anderson shared former officer Mac Bailey Marquette has been charged with murder in the death of Perkins. Attorney Anderson also confirmed 3 other officers were on the scene at the time, but Marquette was the only one to fire his weapon. This all comes after an initial report from the Decatur Police Department that said a tow truck driver attempting to repossess Perkins' car called police alleging Perkins had threatened him with a gun. But Catrela tells us Steve was not a confrontational person.
He was a nice guy, great father, husband. He didn't deserve what they did to him. No one would have deserved that. It was absolutely wrong. It was senseless. It could have been avoided. All they had to do was simply knock on the door.
And although some months have passed, Catrela, her family, and her supporters say they're continuing to push for justice.
The demands have not changed. I still would like to see all 4 officers charged and convicted, as well as Todd Pinion gone.
There's been a lot of talk about healing, but I don't feel like that we can start healing until we receive justice.
And they do not feel city leaders are taking action to build trust with the community.
I think they've taken our comments serious, but they're not serious about doing the work. So it's all talk and no actions. Because it's been 6 months and they still haven't learned how to be transparent.
I don't know if I will ever be able to trust city leaders again, especially not the ones that's in office now. That trust is gone, it's broken.
No one is doing anything. There has been no policy change. There has been nothing progressive from the council. There has been nothing from the mayor. There has been nothing from the police chief about anything.
So now, Catrela says she just takes it one day at a time, finding her new normal after her husband's death.
I've had to navigate this thing called life without him.
Now, court records show former Decatur police officer Mac Marquette will stand trial November 18th of this year. We've got more on this story at fox54.com.